I know you addressed this on Untitled Unfiltered Browns coverage. What do you think of the decisions Andrew Berry has made across the 3 years he's been the general manager?
When you look at it in total, he's been pretty good. And I pointed this out. You can't find a single one of his colleagues to not gush about him, right? Like it's one thing when people are like, "Hey, yeah, I like Andrew. I'm happy for him." People go out their way to like, "No, Andrew's really good. I love working with Andrew. I wanted to work with them again." Like he seems to be a type of person that's very respected with his colleagues, and from my personal experience, those are the people who tend to be really good at their jobs, or are the ones that people who also work those jobs feel like, "Hey, this dude's kind of good at that job," right? But when you look at his decisions, I mean, like I could only really come with like a couple of gripes with him. The trading out of the second round this year, that's a legitimate gripe I think people can have with him. I don't think that was the greatest decision at the time, and I don't think that ended up being a great decision there. Maybe I think sometimes he might rely more on his list than what he feels like he needs instinctually. I think some of the issues in defensive tackle you can point to him having a problem with, but also you have to look at like he hasn't had the greatest pick selection. Like John Dorsey got here and he had the number one and fourth overall picks in one draft. Like Andrew Berry hasn't had a top 5 pick yet, right? I think he had one top 10 pick. That was Jed Wills, who ended up being a starting left tackle. So it's not like a home run, but you hit a double there with that. You look at Greg Newsome, who looks like he's primed to become a Pro Bowl corner any day here. And then this year he got Martin Emerson in the 3rd round, and he might be better than Greg Newsome. You know what I mean? Like it's been very good selections from this team. You haven't hit home runs, but you've hit a lot of doubles, a lot of singles, and gotten on base a lot. And again, for a fan base that really wants to be like Pittsburgh, like Baltimore and Pittsburgh don't hit home runs all the time in their draft. But you know what they do hit? Singles and doubles, right? That's why they're able to stay at a consistent level of good, because they keep hitting singles and doubles. And the Browns have hit a lot of singles and doubles. Maybe the home runs coming sooner or later, or maybe the home runs on the roster just needs the right coach to develop them. Right. And that might be something, right? Perrion Winfrey might be really good with a different coach there. Or maybe JOK might blossom into a home run with that. But that's what it's been with AB. A lot of solid decisions. I mean, that's just the draft pick stuff, the free agent stuff. You could point to John Johnson. That might be the one thing where it's not going great, and maybe Austin Hooper. But then you look at the trades, the salary cap stuff, the guys he's re-signed. This has been a very good job by Andrew Berry. And the gripes are kind of minor when you look at everything else he's done in totality.